For a while, whenever someone asked me what I was doing with my life, I never really knew how to answer. Technically, I'm still a university student. I'm just not at university right now. And in March 2027, I'll be going back to Korea to continue my studies. But before that happens, I wanted to talk honestly about why I decided to take a gap year and what this break has actually felt like. So let's have a little life update. Hi, I'm V. If you're new here, I'm Vietnamese. I make beauty and makeup content, and I'm currently taking a gap year before returning to university in Korea. That sentence sounds very simple now, but making the decision to take a break didn't feel simple at all. When we talk about studying abroad, we usually talk about the exciting parts. Moving to a new country, meeting new people, becoming independent, and starting a completely different life. But we don't always talk about what happens when things don't go exactly as planned. For me, taking a gap year wasn't part of the original plan, and honestly, accepting that was probably one of the hardest parts. Before taking this break, I was feeling overwhelmed, lost, and unmotivated. There wasn't necessarily one dramatic moment where I suddenly thought, okay, I need to stop everything. It was more like a collection of small things. My major didn't match me, my path was changed, and I don't feel fit in it anymore. At first, I kept thinking that maybe I should just push through it, because taking a break can feel like you're falling behind, especially when everyone around you seems to be moving forward. People are graduating, starting jobs, moving to new cities, and you're standing still, trying to explain why your timeline suddenly looks different. But eventually, I realized that continuing just because I was afraid of being behind wasn't a good enough reason. I didn't want to return to university simply to prove that I could. I wanted to return when I was actually ready to be there. So I made the decision to take a gap year, not because I had given up on studying in Korea, but because I still cared about it, and I wanted to give myself a better chance when I went back. I wish I could tell you that the moment I took a break, everything became peaceful and clear. It didn't. My parent did not support that decision. They cannot change me but never seemed to be happy about it. I think part of me imagined that a gap year would be this very productive aesthetic period of my life. I would wake up early, exercise, study Korean every day, work on myself, build perfect routines, and somehow become a completely new person. That has not happened. Some days are productive. Some days I feel motivated and excited about the future. And some days I wake up late, spend too much time on my phone, and wonder whether I'm using this year properly. Taking time off doesn't automatically solve everything. Sometimes, when life becomes quieter, you hear your own thoughts even more clearly. And that can be uncomfortable. But I think I needed that discomfort too. One thing this gap year has given me is time to reconnect with parts of myself that I wasn't paying attention to. I've had more time to create beauty content even though it kept failing, haha. Think about what I actually enjoy and ask myself what kind of life I want to build, not just what looks impressive from the outside. I'm also using this time to work, improve my Korean, create content, and exploring that makeup isn't just my habit. In the future, it will be more potential. I'm definitely still figuring things out. But maybe that's what this year is for. Not to have every answer, but to give myself enough space to ask better questions. And I'm slowly learning that rest and progress don't always look like opposites. Sometimes, stepping back is part of moving forward. I'm expected to return to university in Korea in March 2027. And saying that out loud makes it feel very real. I'm excited, of course. I miss my friends in Korea, the time that I just need to study and also the opportunity to explore more when I'm still young. But I'm also nervous. I wonder if it'll be difficult to adjust again. I wonder whether my Korean will be good enough, whether university will feel different, and whether I'll feel like I belong there after being away. I'm even afraid that what if something happens, make me not be able to come back, finish my degree. And yes, there's still a small part of me that worries about being behind. But I'm trying to remind myself that going back later doesn't make the experience less meaningful. It just means my path looks a little different. I wanted to start documenting this part of my life because we usually only show people the big moments. The acceptance letter, the flight, the first day at university, the exciting new life abroad. But there's so much that happens in between. The waiting, the uncertainty, the preparation, the fear, and the small moments when you start feeling like yourself again. Over the next few months, I want to share this gap year, my beauty routines, my preparations for Korea, and eventually what student life is really like when I return. Just the honest version. Right now, I don't know exactly what the next 7 months will look like. So if you enjoy beauty, quiet life updates, or realistic study abroad diaries, you're always welcome here. I'll be your friend, a friend who will help you know how to do and fix your makeup, a friend who will bring you to Korea, share all the experiences and memories. Thank you for staying with me till the end, and I'll see you in the next chapter.